Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Lifetime Christmas movies.
I am Patrick Serrano, and I am a Lifetime movie expert.
I'm Dan, and I despise Lifetime Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Lifetime Encore Podcast. In the studio, everything is live. Everybody's here.
It's
Hello.
always live. I want to be very clear. It's always live.
It is always live.
Regardless of if Patrick is here or elsewhere. But I will say this. We've had a few studio guests this week, and the rest of them joined in on the Deck the Hallmark podcast thing. And Patrick was like, no, that's what Brandon and Dan do. I'm going to let them do it.
You know, it's force of habit. Like, I don't say that part because we're recording remotely, and I'll be off, like, in the recording. So
It's very professional of you to not do it.
That's what I've said it for years.
You are absolutely.
it's true.
It's great to be here together doing one of these.
Yeah.
We did Bramblefest last week. Was so much
Oh
fun.
my gosh, you're right.
What was your
So
favorite
good.
part?
My favorite part was when that guy fell.
Oh no, that was your favorite
Yeah,
part.
that was funny.
He died.
Oh, he did. I didn't hear what happened
Whoa.
after the ambulance
So now
came.
it's- Now it's
But it was a really funny fall.
How did you just say the word ambulance?
Oh, we
Did you say ambulance?
ambulance, yeah.
you did
That's
not.
my Maryland coming out.
you said ambulance.
When the ambulance got there, it was crazy.
Ambulance.
There you go. You
So
got
to
it.
be clear,
The best part was
the
right
guy
before
who
the
fell,
ambulance got there.
guy who
Yeah.
fell,
Yep.
that was hilarious.
So funny. Everyone remembers, right?
And even though he
Yeah.
got taken away in an ambulance,
Yeah.
you still have it as
I
your
was thinking
favorite.
of the other guy that fell that was perfectly okay.
He was
There
perfectly
no
fine.
Ambulance.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, of
No
course.
ambulance needed.
No ambulance needed.
That's exactly right. This is thrilling this week
Yes.
to be doing this here movie. What is it really? This movie? What's your history? Had you seen this one?
What is the name of the movie? I don't know.
All
the
I
name
Want
of it.
for Christmas?
All
Okay.
I Want for Christmas
The
has nothing.
2013 version.
Yeah, nothing to do with the movie. I have seen this one before,
Okay.
originally when it was on, and I was like a baby in 2013. So
You and I both.
But I didn't really remember much except for the general premise. And wow, there was a lot that we have to talk about.
Well, a lot.
There's
A lot. I would like to dive in.
Any
immediately.
mannequins coming to life?
No mannequins this time.
I'll let you take the lead on that.
Yes.
Now, anytime I get asked that question about mannequins, I'm just going to wait
Yeah.
and not insert my thoughts on
It's one of those
Right.
things where if you could be quiet and maybe people think that you're not bright, but if you said it,
Right. Wait a second. Either way,
people
I'm not
would know
bright.
it.
Either way, I'm
people
not
could
bright.
think it.
Oh.
They could think it, but they don't
But
know
they
for
shouldn't.
sure. They don't know. Maybe he's a doofus. Maybe he's not. But then you say that out loud, and people are like, "Yep." He's
Why
a
would people
doofus."
think that just because I'm not saying something?
I'm just saying,
They
if
immediately-
you're worried about being a doofus,
Oh.
then you could make it to where it's like more of a 50-50 chance.
So
if
it's
you
a
keep your mouth shut.
anytime you see someone
I'm just throwing out numbers here.
It's mysterious.
50-50,
I'm just throwing out numbers.
that seems like a lot.
Could be 90-10, could be 30-70.
90-10 in what direction?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. All I Want for Christmas.
All I Want for Christmas. So
no mannequins.
No mannequins. We're doing our Christmas in July. That's our third
Yes.
one, which, we're over halfway there. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Christmas in July for Lifetime for me is like a struggle, you guys. Like, I'm just not in the Christmas spirit
It's
here.
not a respite.
Right.
We've
yeah.
also gone back in time, and
True.
it hurts.
I also am with you. Like, I don't want to do Christmas in July. Like, I want to do July in July. That's where I am.
But I mean, Christmas in July is what's hot. It's what people
what's hot.
like. So that's why we're doing it, and we're doing it for the listeners.
We
We're
are.
not doing it for ourselves.
I mean, I am, but-
So yes, you are. All I Want for Christmas is. I have a 2023. That's wrong. It stars Melissa Sage Miller, Brad Rowe, Tom Arnold, who you may
The
know.
Tom Arnold?
Yes,
Arnold's in this.
R.I.P. And Jason
Obviously.
Shane Scott.
Wait, Tom Arnold's dead?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he is.
Maybe his
Did he
career.
fall at Bramblefest?
You guys, Tom Arnold is dead.
Tom Arnold is
Tom
absolutely
Arnold's-
not dead.
Tom Arnold is alive and kicking.
Alive and well.
He's
Oh,
64.
Wow.
Totally not dead.
Well, I watched this movie with a lot of sentimentality for that man who didn't die. So I guess
It's just his career. Everything else he's still
Right.
still,
Okay.
you
Well,
know.
I feel like he used to be in these a lot, and now
Yeah.
he's not. So I just assumed he died.
That's the assumption.
You're like,
Right.
if you're not in Lifetime movies anymore, you must have kicked it.
Yeah.
He was in what was the Netflix Network we watched a Tom Arnold movie in.
Tom Arnold.
Tom Arnold with the glasses.
Tom
Yeah.
Arnold in the ambulance.
And the glasses.
He was in a Hallmark movie.
No, the one that we just reviewed with Alonzo, and there's the glasses.
Oh yeah, what movie was that? It was terrible.
It was on some streaming platform I've never heard of before.
Oh,
So,
they all were in one
okay.
house. They had to stay there, right? Like they were all there.
something like that.
Okay, so he's still around doing
Yeah.
the Christmas.
Yeah,
Just not in a mainstream way.
And
That's
not
fair.
dead.
Yeah. Not
right.
dead. Want to be very clear.
Not dead.
The
sorry,
guy who fell?
Sorry, Tom.
The guy who
The
fell.
guy who fell, dead. Tom Arnold is alive.
Alive.
All right, so we start off. We are in the streets of San Francisco. We get the bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, I believe it's called, and it's red, so it's confusing. The workaholic. We have a workaholic executive. Her name is Elizabeth. She's
I thought of that before, but it is confusing.
It is confusing. She's screaming like at the Santa, that rings the bell.
Yeah.
She's screaming at the Santa like, God, stop ringing that bell. Just look at you, you loser. You haven't made any money.
She literally gives him money to shut him up.
She's berating the
She says-
Salvation Army Santa.
She says, "How much to make you stop ringing that bell?"
"Oh my god!"
And I think it's only like $5 or something. It's not much.
Yeah. She's like making fun of him. Like,
Sounds like she needs some Christmas
she
spirit.
is, yes.
Right this very minute.
If you weren't unsure if this woman was the worst, we see her in a coffee shop. She cuts the line, and it's like a long line. And she's like, I'll take my usual double espresso. And a handsome stranger is like, hey, that's not cool. And she's like, well, too bad, because I'm going to get my way. She gets her way.
They also, weirdly enough, already had it ready for her.
Oh, yeah.
So it seems to be implied she does this every day.
A former barista myself, the people who are the worst, you just get their order ready as soon as they walk in the door to get them out.
So where were you at Starbucks or like
Yeah, Starbucks was where I was.
and you know their order when they walk. You know their order when
Yeah,
they walk.
I
in.
know most people's orders who are regulars. Yeah.
Oh,
And so you just start cranking it out.
Yep.
So they get what they want for
They
being
do.
the worst.
They do. That's how it works.
but you get them in, get them out. So
Get them
then
in, get them out, and you're like, oh, hey, I hate you, and here you go.
Fair.
In contrast, we meet a nice man. His name is Robert, and he gives the Santa $20. He is also starting a job at the same place Elizabeth works, which is like a random ad agency.
I think so.
We don't know. This is the jargon, the work jargon in this is so generic. It could be anything.
It could be anything.
Yes.
It could be anything.
We
It's
gotta
not
get
specified.
we gotta get the project done.
What year is this again?
2013.
Oh, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Patrick and I were just 30. That's it.
Yeah.
Man, we were babies.
You just
You're right.
had your
were.
funeral though. So
Just
Right,
had your
right.
club
Gay
funeral.
funeral.
That's right.
Yeah, so it feels very AI generated, the script, because the details are not there. So like in 2023,
this is why the writers are striking.
right, exactly,
movie.
exactly. And soon the actors will be striking probably by the time we are. Okay, so anyway.
Guy fell, ambulance came. It was crazy.
That's your weekly strike talk with the guy.
There you go. We are in the know in the
We
biz.
sure
in the
are.
biz.
in the biz.
Elizabeth doesn't see this guy like when he's walking in, and like they have like a weird like coffee spilling moment. And there's a lot of coffee spilling moments in the beginning of this movie. Like coffee has no temperature apparently because they just keep spilling it on each other, and like they're like, oh no, the coffee. It's very weird. Or like running with empty coffee cups, like the thing that people
classic.
always point out. Very classic. And this guy, there's also coworkers that are there that are very nondescript, but they're all twinks. Did you think that, Bran?
Give me the definition.
Yeah, we've heard twinks
I
actually a
want
lot
to be
lately.
very careful.
Really?
I want to be very
We-
careful.
No,
give me the definition.
Have you ever heard of a movie White Squall?
No.
All right, so it's a movie about a bunch of dudes on a boat, and we had Alonzo Duralde on, and he said it's about a bunch of twinks on a boat, and I said, "Isn't Jeff Bridges in that movie?" And he goes, "So it's one daddy and a bunch of twinks."
Gotcha.
And apparently that would be funny.
That gave
we
me
don't know what
that gave
twink
me
means.
some context clues, but I
Yes,
would like
we
a
have an
definition.
idea, but we don't know for sure.
So twinks have come up, and Alonzo, being Alonzo, didn't explain what that was.
Absolutely, that is
But that's
true.
not the first time. Like it happens regularly, and we're just like,
Yeah,
All right, so let's just define it. Okay,
Thank you.
A twink is a young gay man who is slender in stature, like a Twinkie.
Oh.
Okay. and they have cream filling. Is all I'm going to say.
No, you didn't have to.
man,
That we got that
Oh, okay.
part.
Okay, great.
Like a Twinkie, we got that part.
Okay, well, yeah. Does that affect our family-friendly rating?
I don't
I didn't
know.
say anything. I
No.
didn't say anything.
No, you
the-
didn't.
to the fine-
Are you in a category? Like, how would someone describe you?
I'm a former twink, and I'm just gay dead now. I'm
You're gay dead.
Yeah.
You're gay
When do you
dead.
become a daddy?
I don't think I become a daddy.
No,
So
that doesn't
you don't
happen for
evolve
me.
into a daddy. There could be a 60-year-old twink.
I'd have to pack on like 20 pounds to be like a daddy.
So in order to be daddy is weight
It's
dependent,
weight related, yeah.
Is
but
there?
gay dad
muscles, yeah.
not
But
No.
weight dependent.
Nope. A gay dad's different than a daddy.
but you said a twink was young. Could there be like a 60-year-old twink?
No. You have to be young.
What's the
You
age?
could be a retired
So
twink.
what if
What
you're
if you look?
like,
Because you're young. I would say you're still
but
twink.
I'm saying I was a twink for a very short time, and then I became like a nothing.
nothing?
a
So
gay-
there
I'm
are
a gay
some
ghost.
within the
A
gay
gay-
community. There's some
you're a
people that are
gay
just
ghost.
nothing.
Gay
Got
ghost.
it. They're
Yeah.
nothing.
I don't really fit into a
So
category.
what if somebody's like, like looks young, but they're 50, 60 years old?
Then they're like desperately holding. They're like a Peter Pan.
A Peter Pan.
Yeah, a Peter Pan.
What is happening?
There's a term
Can
for
you
everything.
make a book for us? Because I want to be
Sure.
up on this.
I listen. I want to know.
Yeah. Well, now that you know what twinks are, Elizabeth works with twinks, okay? And we get they kind of have like some banter with her, and we do get a gay joke at some point with these twinks. So like one of them is in love with the other one.
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it, but
that line doesn't make sense without what's happening. in
okay,
just a little
got it. Just saying that this movie does address some gay issues. This movie is hip.
Progressive
Sure.
for
Hip.
2013 with Tom Arnold.
Well, I don't know if they handle it well, but
Right.
it's handled.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tom Arnold, he plays the big boss whose it's a family-run company. He has inherited it from his grandfather, and the business is not doing well. He needs a miracle to make things flourish in whatever this random business is, and Elizabeth will be partnered with Robert, the new guy, to like save the company.
Yeah,
And we don't know what the company is or what it does.
you'd get it if you saw
It's
it.
just like imports exports situation.
Yeah,
Yep.
and like let's get
The
everybody on the
business of
horn.
big business.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
The key thing about Robert, our hunk of the movie, is he wins everyone over with a cappuccino maker. That's his big thing.
He buys one and brings it in. He's like, look at this, guys.
Yep.
That's pretty
make a-
2013 for sure.
Yes.
Like the Nespresso,
Yeah.
that
George
came out. And it was like, let's
Clooney,
go.
very trendy. So it works. And Elizabeth is so annoyed. She's like, this guy sucks. Like he knocked all my coffees and now
Sucks.
yeah. But she's really the worst.
She's
Let's not
yelling
forget.
at Santa Claus.
She's the worst.
She's the worst.
She also forgets to pick up her nephew from school.
Yep.
And she's supposed to be taking care of him, but she's just so busy like texting the whole time. And his name is Max, and she takes him to an arcade to meet the mall Santa.
The mall Santa.
She yell at him too.
Well, the mall Santa's not there.
The mall Santa is left for the day.
Boy.
Yes. But
They're
there
late.
is an elf.
Yes. Calvin the elf, to
Calvin
be
the elf.
specific.
We know more about this elf than we know about the company.
Oh, we do. And this elf is
Yeah.
like, he was in I'm just making this up. Like the vibe is like he's in a Blink 182 video, like skateboarding, like and doing
classic.
tricks. You know, like he's the long lost member of like Jackass, right? That's his vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and
that's fair.
he is actually a little person playing an elf, which I don't know if that's not. I think that's not cool now, right?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I don't know. I think they should be able to decide that for
Okay,
themselves,
I'm
right?
I'm not a little person, so I do not know.
He did. I will say this is not the first time I've seen this guy play an elf.
Okay, fair.
For what
I
that's
feel
worth.
like in 2023 we've decided that kids play elves, like right?
I thought we'd decided that.
Or it's like
I actually
or
thought after the movie Elf, where he continues to call Peter Dinklage an elf in that movie, I've always thought of that as the line. Like
Yeah.
that and before is fine.
okay.
Because it seems so like kind and not.
Well, so this is after that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But I don't know. Look, I'm just telling you what I think.
Right.
I don't know.
I
Either
don't-
way,
I don't
it's
know.
happening.
Okay.
I would
Got it.
love to
And-
have like a debate about this. I would love a poll. Like I need to know.
Put it on a poll.
Put it on a poll.
But Calvin the elf is weird. and gives her a wreath pendant.
A wreath pendant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to wear. And I don't actually know why he handed it to her.
Well,
I don't remember.
Why is the elf there with no Santa?
He's just kind of letting everyone know, like
He
Santa
just
will be back.
magically
I guess.
appears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does.
So Santa's on break.
That's
It's
what he-
magic?
Yeah, there's
He's
magic.
definitely magic.
There's a digital effect where he's like
So
doodaloo
he's
and the
playing
gold.
a real elf.
Yeah.
We don't see him.
Problematic.
We don't see him
Problematic.
appear. We do see him disappear.
I can unequivocally say if it's a magic elf, I do think that's problematic.
Okay, great. He gives Max, the nephew, a wish, which is a Danger Dog action figure. It actually comes back. That's why I mention it. And then Elizabeth, he gives her this pin. And her wish is very specific. It is, I put it in quotes if I can find it in my notes. I think she says she wants to prove to people how wrong they are about her and wants to know what people really think about her. So that's what...
What do you think? What do you think's going to happen with
she wants
that
to know
wish?
what people really think
What do you
about
think's going to
her.
happen?
Everyone's going to tell her what they really think.
Oh, close.
Like liar, liar, but reverse.
Yes, you're getting there.
But
You're getting there.
she's not the one who has to tell the truth. Everyone else is.
So Elizabeth puts on the pin. She wears it to work. She's showing her sister, and in a voice in her head, the sister's like, "That pin is the ugliest pin I've ever seen."
she can hear everyone's thoughts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So she can actually hear what's going on in their head.
But only about her.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, there's other examples, but mainly about her.
Yes, and the sister.
Everyone's always thinking about her. though.
Yeah,
There's a-
basically. The sister also is trying to get her sister to be on this dating website, matchme.com, and she randomly in this scene where she's talking about the pin, it ends with a ventriloquist.
Ooh.
So a ventriloquist date person comes into the thing, and he thinks oh wow, her yabos are great. And then she's like, wow, you're really good at that ventriloquism. And he's like, oh my God, how did she read my thoughts?
Yeah, because she doesn't know yet that
That
she's
it's thoughts.
That it's thoughts.
She thinks they're actually
So
saying
at
it out
first,
loud.
Yeah.
she's just confused.
Even though their mouth's not moving?
Yeah.
At first, she's confused, and then immediately upon being confused, she meets a ventriloquist.
That's a tough
So
break.
that's a tough break.
That's a tough break. If you're not sure of hearing thoughts or words, and the first person you meet is a ventriloquist, it's like, I'm not sure if I can hear or not, and you meet a mime right away. That's a
Say
tough spot.
something, please.
It's a glass house. That's a tough spot to be in. Of all the people, a ventriloquist, didn't see it coming.
So she kind of puts it to the side. She goes home. She's writing. She's writing in a Word doc. Companies to target, and then she just has bullets, just bullets of how to save the company.
Yeah, the company that we all know what it does. Yes.
Right. And then she signs up for the matchme.com thing, and that's pretty much
I
it.
think that,
Right.
yes.
You think it's going to be a dating thing?
Yes, I do think this is why it leads me to believe they're an advertising agency, because that's a client of theirs.
Right.
Is matchme.com. So, but I don't know. But what I do know is that we're going to take a break.
Yeah, we even do that. If I had done it in studio, would you have noticed, or you just kept talking?
Yeah, no, I
Let's
can
try
tell.
it next time. Let's try it next time here on
I
Doug the
love
Homer.
it.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're talking about All I Want for Christmas from 2013. To catch everyone up who is tuning in now, didn't hear the first part. She just signed
If
up
you
for
decided to listen to this episode and went straight to minute 21 or so,
She can hear thoughts.
yes,
And she just signed up for a dating website.
it's a great
Right.
recap for those that didn't listen to the first half of this episode.
It happens.
Very specific.
So Elizabeth is going through her day similar to the day she did before. The Santa calls her a grumpy pants in his head, and people are like, "Oh no, there's that rude lady." Everybody just she's finding out everybody hates
is
her.
always thinking about her all the time.
Well, when they see her, of course, a thought's going to pop.
But
in about
here's
them.
the thing that I've struggled with.
When I see you, I'm like, maybe he's a doofus, 50-50. And then you say something like, I don't think the mannequin did come to life. And I'm like, 100% doofus.
Right.
Like that.
Fair.
And I don't say that out loud. I just think it. I'm not always thinking about you, but when I see your doofus face.
Right. Fair. My thing with this movie and what I've been actively thinking about since I watched it is how much when I'm when I see someone, do I think something about them?
That's true.
And I don't think I do
ever,
it.
Yeah.
Almost ever.
No.
It would have to be like someone I've not seen in a while.
Yeah.
If I saw somebody I've not seen in a while, then I would start to process. Oh, I remember them from high school. I remember them being X, Y, or Z. Like, but
in this office that she works at,
no,
she walks in and everybody's like,
"There's jerk
boy,
face
she's
O'Houlihan."
hot." Like, there's a lot of like, boy, would I do anything for that?
Yeah,
and it's constant. It's nonstop, and I don't know how accurate that is. To every day.
Are you worried about accuracy in a movie where she can hear people's thoughts?
I don't know, man. It just really made me think.
I'm in on this movie so far. I'm just letting you know. I know it's an early take. Any movie where you can hear thoughts, I'm in on it.
So
it's a great gimmick.
She goes to work, and she does have this twink coworker that is
we
looking.
know what that is now.
We do.
A slender gay full of cream. Got it.
Yes. And
young.
They young. And they like are thinking like, oh, she's hot. Just like Brent said.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I wonder if she's into younger guys. Heh because he's a twink. But he's straight. And then
straight twink.
The straight twink. And then the other twink
is a traditional twink.
The other twink,
original recipe twink.
The straight twink is like, I wonder if he's into younger guys.
Which is weird, seeing as how they can't hear each other's thoughts, but they did have the same thought,
thoughts.
just different pronouns.
Seems
So
like they're breaking some of the rules here.
They're like having a conversation.
Right. And
in their mind.
Elizabeth is like totally cued into like what's going on at this point. She's like, I'm not feeling good. Or
She's like, there's no way all these people are ventriloquists.
She's like,
it's not possible.
I must have a migraine. Something's going on.
I've met 7 ventriloquists. It's unbelievable.
She goes to like the cafe to like chill, and she takes off her coat, and then she like realizes, oh, it's the pin. The pin is making me do this.
So she can turn it on and off now.
Yeah, if she takes
She
off,
takes off the pen. The pen is the magic goose.
Yes.
As they say in the biz.
And the little elf appears again, like he's like a miniature.
They make him smaller. That, I think, was problematic.
They made the little person smaller?
They did.
He's like on the cafe
He's like
counter.
sitting on the
with
counter.
Like the mug, you know. Like a little
I don't know.
Christmas little.
Yeah, I don't think you even need to, actually.
Well, you get it, right?
I get it. I know what's going on.
It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but an elf.
Yeah,
there
you go.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
You got there eventually. You stumbled your way there.
Yeah, well, you know. So she's like, "What the heck? This sucks." And he's like, "No, you asked for this, and you're gonna love it." So she wears the pin while she's watching TV. This happens like 3 times. She's watching some late night talk show, and she can hear the talk show host, like basically thinking like, man, my guests are so dumb and I hate them.
It's
so
either
this power works through the television.
Yes.
That's the thing I was most intrigued by as well. This is not just in person.
So now we have a different world. We've opened up possibilities that we couldn't even begin to scratch the surface of.
this like Jimmy, you're telling me Jimmy Fallon is talking to his guests and is constantly thinking this guy sucks. This guest is so hot. Oh, this it's nonstop.
Nonstop.
But there's
nonstop
there's
thinking about the person you're talking to.
A What Women Want movie with Mel Gibson and a What Men Want movie with, was that Taraji P. Henson?
Yeah.
Okay.
And those two are very specific to only hearing the other gender or whatever people that they're talking to. This is just this. She could hear somebody all the way across the world if she just saw them on screen. That's wild.
Which is honestly
terrifying. That's like AI. She's going to take over the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She could have made a lot of money off this stuff.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She uses her special power to like get pitches at work, nail pitches at work. And
which is what
she basically is stealing all of Robert's ideas that he has.
Classic.
And
like there is a funny bit where they go into a meeting together and they're supposed to be talking about this website, and she clearly doesn't know anything about the business. So she starts, and Robert? Keeps thinking like she doesn't know anything. She doesn't even know that we've gotten 2x clients this month. Like he keeps thinking about the information, and then she's like, "Well, we've gone up 2x."
But it would like to your point, that person would be like, "She doesn't know anything. Watch this," and wouldn't think of a single thing.
Right.
They just watch her fail. Where he's like, She does, like, I'm going to do the list of things that I know in my head.
But the reason why I've been thinking about it so much is because I don't know. Like, I haven't really thought about how much I think.
Right. Well, okay.
No movie has made me
Once again-
think this hard.
Once again, if you're quiet, people don't know you're a doofus.
That's true.
I've never thought this much about how I think.
Let's test it
It's a
out.
real bomb.
Yes.
Bran.
Real.
Right.
What color is blue from Blue's Clues? Blue. You were thinking blue, right? It works.
You guys are too smart for me.
It works.
I don't like, hey, what color am I thinking of right now, Brain?
Oh, green.
It was green.
Really?
It was green. I kid you
Oh
not.
my
It was green.
gosh! Do you have a
green.
pin on you somewhere?
One more time. What color am I thinking of?
Orange.
No.
Dang it.
Oh, well, almost.
Which color was it?
It was blue.
That's what I said.
I
What?
did say blue.
Orange is the new blue.
Orange is the new blue.
So through this like mind reading thing in the meeting, we learned that Robert is also on MatchMe.com, and he like kind of has the hots for Elizabeth as well. So we get like a little mini montage of working, but basically Robert like asked her out to dinner after like all the good things happen. You know, he's like, oh, let's celebrate, let's go out to dinner. Right. She takes him to a seafood restaurant.
Which, by the way,
Yes.
the reason they go to seafood is because he's like, hey, do you want to go to dinner? She's like, yes. And he's like, where do you want to go? And then right after saying that, he says, anything but seafood. And she says, seafood.
Who does that?
That's what I'm saying.
That
I
was
don't
rude.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I do.
don't know.
It's rude.
No, because normally my mind's blank. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what I want or what I don't want. Yeah.
Well,
But the reason why he says anywhere but seafood is he's allergic
to seafood. So he's like at the seafood. I did notice he's like eating a salad. I'm like, what a weird thing to be eating. You know, just as like a person watching a movie, I'm like, why is he eating a salad?
Yeah.
Well, the salad has anchovies, so he has an allergic reaction. His face breaks out, and she's like, oh my God, I wouldn't have
He
taken
thought
you
the
here.
salad was a safe bet. but
Yes.
it's not.
Yeah.
We get like he goes back to work and he puts on like a face mask and like cucumbers on his eyes because that's how you cure an allergic reaction.
sure.
Best
Apparently.
Best I
good
figured,
skincare
yeah.
routine for sure.
Yeah, and he's back like to like taking meetings or whatever, and they basically just I don't really think, and I just wrote that because it was just so weird. But Elizabeth double books herself and attends. She's going to a fundraiser for this company, the MatchMe.com company,
Right.
and it's it's called Sarah's Dance. So the owner of the company has a daughter named Sarah who likes to dance, and it's raising money for charity somehow. Right.
Yeah, I don't remember this part.
Well-
This is, I lost me a little bit right around here.
Well, right, because
Could have been mannequins.
Could have been
Could've been
mannequins,
mannequins.
but it's not. She's at this fundraiser instead of going to her nephew's place. So her
Yes.
sister gets very mad at her,
Yes.
and she also like flops at the charity event because the owner of the MatchMe.com, excuse me, is the guy from the coffee line.
Who is Tom Arnold in this movie?
He's the boss.
Okay. got it.
I'll tell you what Tom Arnold is in this movie: a disappointment.
Oh,
He's
boy.
not.
But at
the
least he's
Tom
alive.
Arnold.
And I need to clear that up right now.
Yeah, he's definitely
You know, when
alive.
you think about Tom Arnold, you think you know.
Yes.
But Tom Arnold is boring in this movie.
What?
An right?
Yeah.
Like
boring.
a snooze.
He's not being funny.
He's the least
Paycheck movie for him.
He's the least
Yeah.
intriguing person in this movie.
Wow.
And I'm disappointed by that.
Bold.
But he is alive.
He is alive. So Elizabeth misses her nephew's recital. She kind of feels bad, but she's more focused on work. Elf Calvin comes back. He's again in miniature, like Honey, I Shrunk the People form, and he's like, I need that pin back. But Elizabeth is like, no, I want to hold on to it. And then she has like inexplicably like a nightmare montage,
Yeah.
like all the people that hate her.
This movie's a mess.
I guess that like turns her around to like try to be a good person.
Because it's
Yeah.
like when you hear people's thoughts and you realize everyone hates you.
Yeah, yeah.
It sticks with you a little bit.
Yeah.
How long into the movie does it take for her to get the powers?
Right away.
Yeah, like
5
10
minutes.
maybe.
Okay. All right, cool.
So Tom Arnold comes back. We have another meeting. We learn that about all the family business, blah, blah, blah. Elizabeth is like, I will turn things around. I have an idea. And a girl from the coffee shop like applies for a job there and has like the best idea to like save the company. And it's like a girl that she's been like putting off for like years at this coffee shop. Like she's always like, oh, can I give you my resume? And she's like, yeah, I'll get to it. But this girl actually has a good idea. So they run with that. And they host another charity event, like a do-over for the handsome man and his daughter. And they're working on like the final pitch for the meeting, and they're eating like Chinese food. They're eating Chinese food, and that means that the delivery has to come, and we have to take a break.
We got to wait on that delivery. See
That
what
was
happens next.
really good on Deck the Hallmark. Welcome back, everybody. The delivery.
Did the delivery get there?
What's the word?
Oh,
Of course.
Yes.
thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
It's making me hungry because I do like really want Chinese food today for some reason.
Well,
Got bad news.
Got bad news about tonight.
Not happening. So Robert is like unimpressed. She like actually comes clean to him about the mind reading thing. Like she's like, so I have something to tell you. I have this pin. I can hear people's thoughts, and I heard that's how I got all the information from you about the pitch and you being on the dating. And Robert's like, this is too weird, right? He's over it.
Yeah.
He's not.
And he
about
does the thing you would expect where for a while he just ignores her. She's trying to like get back in contact, and he's like, I'm not dealing with this right now.
Okay.
Standard. Standard when someone tells you that they can read your mind, you kind of avoid them for a little bit.
Right.
Duh.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, more than fair. More than fair.
Elizabeth drowns her sorrows at a bar, and she calls her sister to be like, hey, sorry about, missing my nephew's play. And the sister's like, I don't forgive you. You're a terrible person.
Yeah, she says that.
She does.
She doesn't think it.
She
says it.
Yeah.
It's bold.
So then Elizabeth tries to call Robert. He rejects her call, and we get like a sad montage of all the people that Elizabeth has let down or...
Because you had a bad day.
Yes. Calvin the elf shows up. This time he's on the bar of by like a shot glass, and Elizabeth is like, this has to be, like, I can't do this anymore. She's screaming at the little elf. And then the bartender's like, what is she, doing? He's like, oh, she's lost her mind. And then the elf, disappears, and the bartender sees that happen. Did you notice that?
No.
Yeah.
The bartender notices the elf?
Yeah, he, has, a magic
notices
thing.
Because, it's like the fuzzies, the
thing, the fuzzies.
Yeah, when someone disappears?
Yeah.
But basically, she decides to give up the pin and
Pixie dust
and do things on her own. Pixie dust,
the fuzzies, as we call them around here.
That's right.
It's Christmas Eve because if you forgot, this is a Christmas movie. Elizabeth makes a pitch at the charity, and the pitch is just gobbledygook nonsense that makes no sense. She apologizes for being the worst, basically, and she tells Robert that she was threatened by him. And that's why she read his thoughts.
And that's good enough for him.
Does he believe that she read his thoughts? Does she believe him? Believe her?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he does.
I think so. But when, when the person you're into can read your thoughts, but you find out it's because they were threatened by you, it's
totally above
Yeah.
board. Yeah,
it's all good.
And she also reminds everybody that it's a family business, so you should invest in a family business and not a big corporation.
I can't believe they never say what the business is. That's fantastic.
The owner of the business, the handsome man, walks over. He's like, that was the best pitch ever. And he's like, this is my daughter, and we're going to do a little dance. And they dance.
Tom Arnold dances?
This is a different daddy. This is an actual daddy, not a Tom Arnold daddy.
I thought he was the boss.
Listen, if Tom Arnold's the daddy, I don't know anything.
But he's not the owner of the company, thematchme.com.
Okay, he's not that owner. Got it.
Right. And then Elizabeth and Robert take the floor. They dance and they have a kiss. I watched for the kiss this time because I was looking at my notes. I'm getting ready to do something else. I'm like, no, I got to stay and watch the kiss.
Yeah.
Fool me once.
The new couple visit Elizabeth's sister. So they're going there. And then the nephew gets the thing he wanted for Christmas, the Danger Dog action set. And then they kiss some more while the nephew covers his eyes type of thing. Very much it felt like a parody of a Christmas movie at the very end for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
that's the movie.
Yeah, that's it. So on the show, we either pour it up or put a cork in it. Now that I have you two in person, I'll remember who goes first, and that person is Dan.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
And I'm in on this. I've not seen this on Hallmark yet. It sounds atrocious. It sounds terrible. It's like a movie that Stefan would talk about on SNL. You've got ventriloquists. You've got
Yes,
boring
you're
Tom
right.
Arnold. You've got that's what it sounds like. But I'm here for a listening, can hear people's thoughts movie. And the fact that it seems to have irked Bran and made him think more about thinking also is a win for me. Pour that all the way up. Absolutely.
Yes, thinking is great. We love thinking. Brand, what are you thinking about this movie?
Yeah, this isn't my jam. It's like negative and just kind of like the whole time. I just don't like it. And I don't like movies like this where everybody's just not likable or I have no opinion about them. It's like either the blandest person in the world or I strongly dislike them. That's the only two camps in this movie. And so, yeah, not for me. It did give me a lot to think about, a lot to chew on. I'm still digesting it all. But overall, I feel confident in saying I'm going to put a cork.
Put a cork in it.
Okay.
Break the
fair,
tie. Break the
very
tie,
fair.
Patrick.
All right. So this movie, I've never seen this lead actress in anything else. And I looked up her IMDb and she just has the most gorgeous hair. But in this movie, her hair was terrible. It was very short.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't like it. I didn't like her teeth in this movie.
And you're not
my
thinking
gosh.
any of these things. You're saying them out loud.
I said them out
right
loud.
now. You hear that, lady?
Yeah.
Bad teeth, bad hair. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. It was
2013
it
called
was
you
very
ugly.
2013, I mean, yeah, kind of. I was like, she's not really the leading person type of beautiful that I'm used to.
Okay.
Everyone. There's a scale of
Aaron now
attractiveness.
feels bad
Yeah.
for 2013.
No, she's 2013.
Yeah.
She's very beautiful now, Aaron.
Yeah.
Don't worry. She
2013, she's one of the ugliest people I've ever seen.
But now she's got her ish together.
I would say everyone in this
Yeah.
movie on attractiveness is not the level of attractiveness that I expect in a
I will
Christmas
say
movie.
Tom Arnold's at the top of his game.
Tom Arnold is the most attractive person in this movie.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's bold.
He must have been working out during this time, to stay alive in current times and
You're
not
just
die.
trying to make up for the
like
fact
I
you thought he was dead.
I thought he was dead. I am going to pour it up.
Yeah.
Even though the people are ugly, I am going to pour it up because I love Christmas magic, and this had all the magic that I needed. We had a pin, we had rules that were set, and the rules didn't really change. It all made logical magic Christmas sense. So I have to pour it up for that. I'd love to see this updated in a 2023 version, maybe without ugly people and less problematic.
Without ugly people. Wow. All right. Okay. Just throw that in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did it, everybody.
we did.
Congratulations.
We certainly did.
So much fun having you here in the studio with us. This
know.
was just an absolute blast. We've got one more Christmas in July movie
Yes.
next week, and it is Holiday High School Reunion.
Ooh.
Yes, or Christmas Crush. It has two titles.
Depending on
Okay.
where you've. Yeah.
It can be streamed multiple places under different names.
Yes.
And it features a lot of current Hallmark people.
Okay.
That'll be fun.
Before they were.
Yeah. Before they.
Do they sing
Before
at all?
they were stars.
Is there any High School Musical type?
Oh, yeah. I think this was around High School Musical. So this is a very.
They do sing.
Yeah.
I
They're
am-
singing in the trailer.
Boy.
Wow.
All right. Brand's excited now.
I am.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Mean Girls meets
High School Musical.
High School Musical meets Christmas.
I'm here for all three of
Stop
those.
selling to Brand.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.